What if school was never designed to make you intelligent? What if the thousands of hours spent waiting for bells were training you not to think, but to obey? We are told education is freedom, the ladder to success, the great equalizer. But beneath the polished floors and motivational slogans lies something darker. According to John Taylor Gatto, modern schooling is not a moral act. It is a political decision. It is a weapon, not of mass destruction, but of mass instruction. And its target is the human soul. John Taylor Gatto spent 30 years inside the system, and then at the peak of his career, the same year he was named New York City Teacher of the Year, he quit. Not because the system was failing, but because it was succeeding too well. Modern schooling, Gatto argued, is a factory designed not to create visionaries, not a philosopher, but obedient workers, predictable consumers, dependent minds. The system trains us for dependency. It trains us for passivity. The fire of curiosity is slowly replaced with the cold ashes of obedience. Learning becomes a service, not an adventure. To understand modern schools and why we sit in rows, we must travel back to Prussia. After military defeat, the state needed citizens who obeyed without question on the battlefield and inside factories. Schools were redesigned like factories, rows, bells, schedules, uniformity, not to awaken individuality, but to manufacture social order. They created a factory model of education. Just as a factory produces identical bars of soap, the school system was designed to ensure that every graduate was a standardized part for the social machine. They needed people who didn't need to know why, only how. As the sources suggest, this was a calculated move. Thinkers like Alexander Inglis and James Bryant Conant viewed the child as raw material for the state. Schooling was never about your potential. It was about your proper social role. The industrial age needed people who could tolerate boredom. People trained to react to bells, like Pavlov's dogs. In his book, Gatto breaks down the 6 functions of compulsory schooling. 6 psychological chains that bind the human mind. 1. The adaptive function. Schools establish fixed habits of reaction to authority. They do not want judgment. They want obedience. Critical thinking is a bug in the system, not a feature. 2. The integrating function. This is the conformity function. The goal is to make children as alike as possible. Why? Because predictable people are easy to control. They are a manipulatable labor force. 3. The diagnostic function. This is where the permanent record begins. The system labels children early, defining their place in society before they even know themselves. 4. The differentiating function. Once you are diagnosed, you are sorted. You are trained only as far as your destination in the social machine requires. Not one step further. 5. The selective function. This is a Darwinian tagging of the unfit. Through poor grades and humiliations from the first grade onward, the system ensures that those who don't fit the mold view themselves as inferior. It washes the dirt down the drain. 6. The propedeutic function. A tiny elite is taught how to manage this project, how to watch over and control the population that has been deliberately dumbed down. Can you feel the weight of it? The system isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's creating a psychological impotence. The modern trap, from classroom to screen. We might think we escaped the factory when we graduated, but we simply traded one classroom for another. Today, the factory model has migrated into our pockets. The fragmented attention we learned in school, switching subjects every 40 minutes at the sound of a bell, prepared us perfectly for the infinite scroll of social media. We were trained to have fragmented attention and a loss of curiosity. We were trained for distraction, trained for dependency, trained to consume endlessly without reflection. We live in a world of credential obsession. We confuse a diploma with competence. We confuse fluent speech with wisdom. We have become Homo economicus, economic animals reduced to our earning power and our consumption habits. We seek external validation from masters and experts because we were never taught to trust our own internal compass. We are the smartphone generation, but we are more dependent on institutions for our health, our safety, and our learning than ever before. We have traded our natural environments for a sterile, managed reality.